I was starting to think we'd have to finish without you.
Cut the garbage. I want an explanation.
I can give you that much, but I don't like raising my voice. Keep walking.
Ambush, run!
You aren't saying anything your friend doesn't already know. You know, Grand Champion, you got talent. The Overseers would have scouted you eventually. We could have helped you make a real mark on the galaxy. Now you'll have to settle for your gaudy title and the price on your head.
Who are you working for?
We share a name you won't recognize. Geno Harridan. We solve the Republic's problems, remove troublemakers, keep things running smoothly. Bounty hunting isn't a game, whatever the Mandalorians think. It's serious business, with serious consequences. Consequences you're about to become intimately familiar with.
That's my girl. I owe you. Again. My turn to be bait, I guess.
Well, I always did find you attractive.
Lucky me.
Unless you're planning to start a fire with those sparks, I vote we get out of here. Got a blader.
How? This should have been total overkill.
How many more of you are out there hunting me?
I don't know, I swear. Nobody does. We work independently. This is the first time I've heard of Overseers acting in tandem. I want out. I don't care how good the money is. It's not worth it.
You're begging the wrong person. Your call.
Dues paid. Finished?
You know, I was actually starting to miss you. I've got things from here, Galt.
Just don't try calling me back once I get comfortable.
Glad to see you both made it back okay.
We back on the hunt?
We'll head out after a little R&R. I think it's deserved.
Seconded.
One of Tormen's lackeys forwarded a star chart to a system called Voss. The place isn't even on most maps yet. There's a lot of scuttlebutt about Voss's discovery on the HoloNet, but it's pretty far-fetched stuff even for spacer superstition. The astrogation computer's updated and ready to go when you are.
You got crummy taste and company. Bad enough with that skinny broad and the little twerp trying to walk tall. But I don't get how that squeaking thing in the bellyaching dandy ain't become target practice yet. How'd a hard case like you get tangled up with such a bunch of dainties?
It'd be a mistake to underestimate any of my crew.
Yeah? I ain't buying it. None of your tag-alongs would have lasted 2 minutes with any of my crowd.
So you've said. Was there something else?
You want to run with losers? Ain't my problem. Your digs ain't much to look at. Least it's roomy. What do you do for fun in this dump?
You're here to work. How you occupy your off time is your own problem.
Gonna be your problem real soon. On the inside, I got bored. Somebody got stabbed. Gonna keep me busy.
You break it, you buy it. Understand?
Yeah, whatever.
뭐 길라 뭐 그런 길. 야, 안 본파 뭐시다.
Okay, I'm not looking. Promise.
오바냐. 유나리스가 전화가와. 지 카스페이나 컨트니까. 자, 후수가 기회 샷당 그거 두이나 바나.
This is great, Blizz. I'll be sure to show it off to everyone.
호프 마왕가 두두스카 우드와나 와다 수카 쿠바. 체스코에 스키아 차나가. 본파 콤친가. 마구사노 파청키 파 구타지오토 인디야.
I could help out. Just try not to get your hopes up, all right?
So, what do you know about Hilo Viz?
Who or what is Hilo Viz?
Only the big-time celebrity who coordinated the biggest blockade run this galaxy's ever seen.
She broke the Mandalorian blockade at the Hydian Way. You know, the one that strangled Coruscant and dashed a full-scale Jedi assault. And it wasn't out of the goodness of her heart, either. Credits were involved. A lot of them.
You've got my attention.
You could say that run was the height of her career, but that's only because she dropped off the scanners not long after. Most think the Hutts were behind Hilo's disappearance, but anyone who knew her could tell you they'd have better odds winning a marathon. No, she's still out there. Somewhere.
Why the sudden interest in a long-lost spacer?
Hilo was my old partner. More than that. That blockade run was the last thing we ever did together. Like I said, a lot of credits were involved. When I saw the opportunity, I took off and left Hilo holding the bag. Stupid.
You double-crossed your own girlfriend?
Technically, she wasn't my girlfriend when I double-crossed her. I was young and naive and maybe a little afraid of commitment. I didn't know what I lost until it was gone. Listen, I found out that an old associate from that blockade run is still around and kicking. A mutual acquaintance. I owe Hilo one last visit. If he knows where she's been laying low all this time, I've got to track him down.
Ever eaten Mandalorian food? At your adoption, maybe?
How would I tell if it were Mando cooking?
If your sinuses got burned, it was probably Mandalorian. Edicles, nose burn. That's how you know it's good. Thought I might make you some tingular, see what you think.
Pick a time, and we'll have dinner.
Good. Plan on it later. Think of it as a challenge. They say any woman who can survive a plate of tingular is a keeper. I'll fix you some soon as I can get back to the galley. Never thanked you. Not making a big deal over me taking off. Good to see my brothers are still alive. Corridan owes me 50 credits.
He owes me a lot more. I was lonely with you gone.
Think I can spot him that one. Been meaning to ask something. Mandalore tell you the race Ulnare when you were adopted into his clan?
There was a lot of stuff in Mandalorian. Could have been talking about the weather for all I know.
Sorta what I thought. Race Ulnare means 6 actions. The core of Mandalorian life. Speaking the language is a big one. I could teach you, if you're up for it.
Private lessons from you? I can think of worse ways to spend my time.
Could learn all kinds of things. Have to find some time later, then. Been working on a new shot. Something I picked up watching you. Want to check it out?
I'm having trouble thinking of anything better than watching you shoot.
Good. Showing off for you is pretty much the point. Let's get to work. Sooner we're moving, the sooner you can see me in action.
The Empire graciously welcomes you to Voss Orbital. Ambassador Yoran deeply regrets that he was unable to greet you personally. I've been instructed to emphasize the delicate situation you're walking into before you head for the surface. The Ambassador is concerned that your business could jeopardize the Empire's interests on Voss.
My employer would argue otherwise.
It's just that your kind aren't known for stepping lightly, you understand? The Voss are stubbornly isolationist and abundantly aware of their own value to the Republic and the Empire. It is vital that the Empire fosters goodwill. You must remain on your best behavior.
I'll conduct myself accordingly.
It's the nature of your profession that has the ambassador concerned. The Voss abhor discord and don't tolerate violence within their territory. You'll mix peacefully with the enemy here. The Voss revere their mystics. Deal carefully with them, or preferably not at all. Also, outsiders are barred from Voskar proper.
Don't pick fights, be polite, stay out of Voska. Understood.
I will let Ambassador Yoran know to expect you. Head to his office once you've landed. Have a safe visit.
Empire stepping lightly. Smells like trouble.
Imperials only smile when they're up to something.
Or when they're nervous.
You came promptly. Thank the stars. The less time you spend mixing with the locals, the better. I trust my aide was quite explicit in informing you of the need for discretion here.
I'm aware of your concerns, Ambassador.
You haven't heard half of my concerns, Bounty Hunter, but this business with you is at the top of the list. That said, I look forward to being rid of General Redrish. That woman will be the death of me, if you aren't.
What's she doing that's causing you so much grief?
That woman's charm has stalled an entire team of my most skilled negotiators for months now. The Empire has lost a number of newly conquered worlds due to her interference, and we may well lose this one unless she's removed. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take the roundabout course, push her into the open.
Any persons or interests she'd have a personal stake in protecting?
Imperial intelligence suspects that she's behind the guerrilla attacks on our forces here, but we can't prove it. I believe your best course of action would be to root out General Redrish's officers in the field and gather evidence of her involvement.
You're telling me I can't touch her, but I can shoot up her officers?
You can't touch her here. Out in the wilderness, away from prying eyes, anything could happen. I'm afraid casualty reports are all we have to go on. You'll have to search around the ambush points for signs of the enemy. Take this holo recorder. If you make any discoveries, transmit the evidence to my frequency.
I'll check back in when I got something.
Perimeter, report. Perimeter. Those charges prime, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant. Those charges primed yet?
Stars, that was fast. No time. Hit her with everything we've got.
Find something?
This look rigged to blow to you?
And this was to cover tracks, not kill.
Enough compound here to widen this hole by another kilometer.
Hawk's Nest compromised. Full retreat. Operation Cave-In underway. Final transmission. Harrier 1 out. Harrier 1 to Peregrine. The garrison at Fort Cadentha appears to be sending out patrols of Imperial troops. Flights recalled and circling. What's the situation, General? Please advise.
Peregrine. Has to be General Redrish.
Harrier 1, expect more. Yoren's convinced the Voss to allow Imperial troops to bolster Voskar's defenses against the Gormak. Monitor their patrols. If they stray too far, show the Voss how ill-prepared Imperials are for Gormak attacks. Peregrine out.
Got her.
I've got something for you. Transmitting now.
Now, what have we here? Oh, this is better than I could have hoped. I might even convince the Voss to hand her over for trial with this.
Pull that off and I might kiss you.
Let's try to not get carried away. I'll handle things from here. Return to my office and lay low until I return.
I apologize that the Empire has decided to waste your time today.
You won't smooth things over with a smile this time. The evidence of your guilt is as plain as day.
Your holo recordings? I was really expecting you to have fabricated something a little more tangible, Ambassador. And your only witness is a known terrorist.
You people set all that up to make me look bad.
Sounds familiar. You're a Mandalorian. Your people have made unprovoked acts of war against the Republic and conducted genocides against entire species. Do you deny it?
Mandalorians fight to better themselves. You should be flattered we even consider you a worthy opponent.
We'd certainly rather you consider not being our opponent at all. Tell us, how do you acquire this evidence of yours?
Your subordinates provided everything I needed.
That's preposterous. This is exactly why I asked to face my accuser. The Empire expects you to take the word of a hired killer, instead of a respected official who's proven her commitment to the Voss people time and again. You will remember it is I who agreed to make the pilgrimage to the Shrine of Healing to show my solidarity with the Voss.
An idle promise. My associate can just as easily agree to make this pilgrimage.
Then take the trials, outsiders. That will reveal true character. We have concluded.
You have shown us much. Safe journeys.
It appears I've been spared. My soldiers' deaths were not in vain. I've spent months preparing for the trials. They're going to kill you. Ambassador?
That went about as I expected. As to this trials business, I had to show the Voss we're willing to do anything the Republic will do. You understand?
Have you thought this through? Or are you just blowing hot air?
These trials are obviously deadly. If General Redrish were not to return from her pilgrimage, it would hardly be unexpected.
I'll keep on her trail until an opportunity presents itself.
Fadith Kai is an influential figure at the pilgrim camp and is not hostile to us. See if he has any insight on getting you into this Shrine of Healing.
Outsider, my master saw you were coming. He awaits in the Cloister of Meditation.
Thought you were the healers, not the prophets.
What? This is a misconception. A mystic is a mystic. You will see him.
Yeah, I'll see him.
The Cloister of Meditation is near, but secluded. Follow the silence.
Got a bad feeling. Something not quite natural. Don't think these trials are all talk. We aren't alone.
Pilgrims are so few now, and outsiders.
I heard you had a vision about me.
I know of your coming. Change has come to Voss. Voss must come to change. The outsider woman you seek will be the agent of that change.
Is she planning something?
She believes coexistence with the Gormak is possible, but someone must give voice to it. I believe that voice is hers. You will not silence it. Stay in peace and leave in time. No harm will come unless you resist.
You break your neutrality, you'll regret it.
We are prepared for force. Restrain her.
Gotcha.
My gift is not foresight, but I see your fate is not for us to decide.
That mean you won't try anything else?
We cannot stop what must come to pass. The human woman has gone. She has left for Gormakos. Our hope goes with her.
What is Gormakos?
The heart of Gormak lands. There they assemble. They are numerous. Commandos stand vigil over Gormakos. Their commander may witness the outsiders passing.
Thanks for the information. No hard feelings.
A fool curses fate. Go in peace.
Outsider, rest. Take shelter. Return home. Only Gormak territory lays beyond.
I'm looking for a woman. Another outsider. She was headed for Gormakos.
She has found it. An outsider woman fell victim to Gormak attack.
The Gormak attacked. She surrendered.
How'd that work out for her?
She was made captive.
The woman was taken towards the Gormak beast pens. Her fate is sealed.
Show me where they took her.
I will point out the place. Be cautious.
Thought I heard commotion.
Kimaki Ovagetochong, Amin Swan Trombobus. Asay, Kidikoan ni Voss, Don Mostaloren Kiotavoka. Anga, soy a fagor vote, Layan Sumlata.
Hand over the outsider you captured, and nobody else has to get hurt.
Isongin fan Gramakvan, Kachoden. Nei så fundi konda neva eak nan ni matan. Fe kom ni go banglang, chofei, chong latamso. Tailapa, Uagwanaudan Piokotova. Vlakan Vamdau, Gatrat Vibam Laogron. Gronati boy con Koniga Lampu.
What's with all this pure, impure business?
Gồm ní của hoài bàm lưu ý cho tai phải lại ăn gor xuân ấy làm sao. Ní cô hoài đạp hoài cho cảm rằng. Come on đi hoài hệ treo lệ. Nó vada grosai. Hoài lệ con patron đi gầy tu bà.
We've got common interests. We should work together.
Huavaska, bam ki na kung ham trong wan lao, the chow troksha. Though I wish say, Habram, la no wike guan vik onthui.
I'll show you the ropes, if it gets me out without trouble.
Wa ming kwang, kam ji wan kwa mak gi lan fa. I songen fan gramakvan, catch den.
Got the hang of this pretty quickly. Shame I can't stick around.
Then for Vudagan Achnan Chok Tontai, Vebegor Nesafun.
Nice drills. You're a natural.
No vada grosai. Wale con patron de gay tupa. Then for Vudagan Achnan Chok Tontai, Vebegor Nesafun. Nigo wide up wide Chakamran. Come on, me, why, hey, Triole.
I'll try not to lose my head.
Kom Nico, why, bam, Louis Chotai Fai, Lai Angor, Sun, A Lam, Sao. Huavaska, bam, Ki Nagungham, Trong Wan Lao, the Chow Troksha.
I expected we'd cross paths again, but not here.
You didn't come to this hellhole just to hide from me.
Jokel is out of his mind. He thinks the Voss are to blame for the corruption in the Nightmare Lands, but he's wrong. We came here looking for answers. Something to settle the differences between the Gormak and Voss. The truth. I'm so close to getting these people on speaking terms, and you're about to throw it all away. For what, money? Tell me you're not that petty.
You're between me and a man spouting lies. Nothing personal.
I think that's a small sacrifice for peace. Nothing personal. Show her what you're made of. Wait! Cease fire! This is a losing battle.
If you're giving up, get on with it.
You've done all you can. This is my fight to lose. This is a pivotal moment in this planet's history. I won't let our squabbles get in the way. If you'll allow these Gormak to return home, I'll lay down my weapon.
You're going to sacrifice yourself for perfect strangers?
No. I'm going to keep them from sacrificing themselves for something as insignificant as my life. Jedi and Sith waged war here centuries ago, both manipulating these people into fighting their battles for them. It's all painted here on these walls. Now, we've come full circle. These people deserve better than to be exploited by galactic politics. Give them a fighting chance.
Couldn't care less about the Gormak.
Second chance. Don't waste it.
Thank you. Go. Others need to know what we found here. Do what you came to do.
Hold that pose.
That conviction. Have to respect that.
We're done here. I've captured General Redrish.
You're back. Oh, I hadn't heard one word since you left for the trials. I thought she'd got the best of you. I suppose no news is good news in this case. If you'd raised any suspicion capturing her, I'd have heard about it. Whatever General Redrish's plans were, it seems we've avoided the fallout.
Chasing her was like running through a minefield.
Debating her wasn't much different, but arguably less deadly. This is the most relieved I've felt in months. I might even actually sleep tonight. Take this with my gratitude. It'll complement the sum of credits Darth Tormen sent quite nicely.
Your gratitude is appreciated, Ambassador.
I'll send word of your success to Darth Tormen promptly. Farewell.
My subordinates tell me that you dealt with the privateer and the Kawati woman.
Lieutenant Horn and the Ambassador were a great help.
Noted. The campaign on Raban is coming to a close. I will direct my forces towards a full-scale assault on Corellia. Rendezvous with my flagship, the Tyrant, in Raban's outsystem.
I've been thinking running with you ain't so bad. More downtime than I'd like, but at least it ain't like being in the can. Too much time between killings on the inside.
I have no intention of winding up behind bars.
It has its ups. Best place to meet the real scum of the universe. Get connected. Lockup took me from the streets to the major leagues.
I prefer to meet my contacts through the usual channels.
Doing a job don't get you leverage. Get someone on the inside to owe you. That means something. Shared a cell with a Hutt cartel gangster once. Helped him bust out. Got introduced to the family. Had a couple good years being an enforcer before those slimy two-faced slugs tried to bump me off.
I caught up with that old associate from the blockade run. Old Quan and I had a nice little chat. He was surprised to see me, to say the least.
Did he know anything useful?
Before I had to end Quan's retirement prematurely, I convinced him to fill me in on some gaps in our history since the blockade run. When the Hutts came looking for their return investment, Hylo Viz smuggled herself off to Republic space with the help of another free trader.
That definitely increases her odds of being alive.
I'm not so sure, given where she was headed. Remember Zale Barrows? She cut a deal with that twerp to hide her on Belsavis. If she's still stuck there, this is my chance to swoop in to the rescue. I've got to go after her.
If it means this much to you, count me in.
This is personal, a little too personal. I've got to take care of this on my own. If I don't make it, well, thanks. I don't think Tiresias would have ever gotten this opportunity.
When did you get back?
Oh, a little while ago. I wasn't exactly in a talkative mood. My little pipe dream involving Hylo went about as you'd have expected.
Didn't find her?
No, I found her. After all these years, I finally caught up with her, and she hadn't changed a bit. I found her on Belsavis in some sort of stasis chamber. It was like I'd just left.
She wasn't in a forgiving mood.
If she'd had a blaster, she'd have shot me the moment she came to. Lucky for me, she recognized that prison wasn't the place to hash things out. She took off the first chance she got. Hardly the reunion I was looking for, but I got her out of that pit. That counts for something, right?
She'd have been stuck down there forever if you hadn't.
She deserved better than that. Hey, who needs love anyway? Thanks. If you'll excuse me, I need to create a hangover to nurse.
Something on your mind?
I'm in love with you.
I love you too.
Mandalore is your clan leader. I don't want to cause trouble for you.
I love you. Stop worrying.
Nikartile, Gardar Rasum. However long forever turns out to be, I'm yours. Been thinking about something Corridan said. Thought he'd be seeing some real action again soon. You think he meant it? Or was that just talk?
He might have inside info we don't. Maybe he knows where things will heat up.
True. He's always been good at getting intel he shouldn't have. Almost hope he's wrong. This armor might not be up to a decent fight.
That's some kind of hint that you want to buy new armor?
Not something you can buy. Mandalore gave you a piece of Beskar Gom, didn't he? Should be made of Beskar. Only our people can work it.
Never heard of it. Why is it important?
It's stronger than Durasteel. Can take lightsaber hits if it has to. Can't find better. This can wait. We ought to get to work.